What we did over the 2 years from October 2006 was to create 2 phases of artist residencies. We created 3 new productions. We seeded 2 further projects and provided training for artists as well as this action research. And from the very beginning, it was absolutely fascinating that other people wanted to be part of the project from the very beginning, and people were phoning me up saying, how can we be involved? And we always had to say, you can't. You have to wait. This is an experiment for us. No one else is doing this in Scotland, so there's no point in us trying to work with 15 other art centres at this point when we don't know if this is even going to work. So this is a work in progress. The show and the final performance, it's a visual arts installation. It's not a traditional, here's your theatre, your performance, and here's your audience, and there's a barrier of space in between. This was a space where the children owned it. The children came into the space, and there was real grass on the ground. There were hot water bottles. There were various things that they could interact with, and they could play before the performance started. And it started off with a cellist playing outside. And then the performance, they were led into the space, they explored, they played, and then the performer came into their space and shared that space with them. And then there was a moment where she then said, play. And so the children were then allowed to play again. So the idea is that Peep is a bird, and there is a very thin narrative there, but it's enough narrative so that the children were able to understand that there was something going on. But again, it wasn't fundamental to the experience, because it was about them having an experience with their parents and with their carers. So the work that happened around Peep with the researchers fed into our action research process, and obviously it was a mutual exchange between the researchers and the artists. And it was Dr. Susan Young from the University of Exeter and Dr. Nikki Powers, who's a child psychologist based in Edinburgh, who carried out the research. And as I said, they carried out a huge amount of analysis of performance footage and film workshop footage. And I've got a big report. It's very accessible, and you can actually download it from our website.